Today I'm going to talk about raycast, and here I have the scene from the last video. And what a raycast is that you can think of it as a laser having an origin and going in a single direction until it hits an object. So this raycast would hit this object, or if there's another raycast going this way, there's nothing blocking it, it's going to go in infinitely. And basically that's what a ray is. And if you think of vectors, a vector has a starting point and a direction. So let's start shooting raycasts. Here is the YBot script. We're going to have a raycast hit. You'll see how this is used. So we use a function called physics.raycast, and we have a starting position, which will be the YBot, the character. And we're going to shoot it in its forward direction. So we get the forward direction of the character. And if that ray hits an object, we get the hit info. And when we do get the hit info, let's move the sphere to that position. If the ray hits nothing, again, we take the sphere position and we take a look at the player position and we send it in the direction of its forward direction. And let's say the max distance is something like 10 or 15, just some high number. And let's get rid of the up position. So basically what we're doing is, first we shoot a raycast from a specific position. If it hits an object, that's where the sphere is going to be. If it doesn't hit anything, it's just going to keep on going until there's a forward distance of 15, and that's where we set the sphere. So save, and I'm going to do this in the Unity editor. Okay, for the sphere, I'm going to get rid of the collider. And for the cube, I'll turn this into a wall, rename it wall. Scale it to make it look like a wall. Then we also create a material for the wall, just some different color. Sphere, I'll make it white. Okay, just so you can see it. Make it a little smaller so it's more like a dot. Let me also make the camera more like a top-down shooter, kind of like Hotline Miami, or if you remember the old GTA. And if I play, okay, it looks like we're getting some weird Unity bug. Let me restart. Okay, so we're shooting a raycast into the wall, and where it hits, we get the white sphere. If I rotate the character, okay, you see where the sphere is going. And if the raycast doesn't hit anything, okay, you see the sphere here. So this distance would be 15, where we just set it up in the code. And let me create some more walls. Put it in the camera view and just create random walls. Okay, as a little bonus, let's start drawing a line between the character and the sphere, kind of like a laser sight. I'm going to create an empty game object, call it line, and we're going to attach a LineRenderer. Okay, the LineRenderer should also have a material. So inside the vector character folder, the folder we're working on, I'm going to create a material. I'll call it line. And this is a universal render pipeline. So For the line, I'll just use unlit. Make it red. Place it in the line object. So the line is red. Decrease the width. And notice we can have multiple positions, but for this video, we're just going to use 2 points. So point 0 will be the starting point and point 1 will be the end point. And we can use a simple script to change the values inside the game. I'm going to go to the sphere script, ybot script. We'll get the LineRenderer, public LineRenderer. And if the raycast hits something, we set up the positions for the LineRenderer. Position 0 will be the player position. Position 1 will be the hit point where the raycast is hitting. If we don't hit anything, again, the starting point is going to be the same. The end point will be the maximum line length. So use that vector. Oops. Okay, so the end of the line will be the position if the raycast didn't hit anything. Save, and I'm going to set it up. Okay, drag in the line object and play. Okay, so now we're drawing a line between the player and the point where the raycast is hitting. And again, I can manually rotate. Okay, if nothing hits, or if the raycast hits nothing, we just set up a arbitrary position at the end of the maximum distance, which is 15. Okay, it looks like the laser pointer is working fine. I can also move around the character. And right now I'm doing this manually, but if this were a game, I would have some sort of character controller where you can rotate and move around the character. Also, the line coming from the feet doesn't make any sense, but this is just a simple example. I think by now you can do a lot of cool things with vectors. Things that can be a lot more complicated and more interesting than a single line. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions, you can reach me on my Discord server. I have all the links below. And thanks for watching.